I found some nice looking drawers in the garbage, and right next to them it looks like part of the dresser that these belong to, but nothing else. But on another garbage heap I found this particle board, and I figure with this and some MDF I can put together a dresser back from these pieces. So got to temporarily assemble it with some clamps just to see how this is going to work out. I want to make a bottom that joins with these existing dowels, which are just in holes, and these ones I have to measure where they are, and that first one is at 9.9 and 25.8. To use glue to assemble furniture seems to have gone somewhat out of fashion. This was only put together with some knockdown fasteners here, and these tore out. So I'm going to take these dowels that are in here and glue them in, and that'll give them much more hold. There's also some flanges on the legs which I didn't use originally, but I will. The top, I just want to use some particle board, and if this sags, it's going to hit the drawer. So I'm going to double up the particle board to get a bit more stiffness for here. Now I just got to wait for that glue to dry again. So the top of this dresser used to be just attached using these knockdown fasteners that screw into the top, and using one of these things that hooks onto it, plus a few dowels. My first thought was to just use the dowel holes to glue the top on, but I'm not sure if I want to keep that top, so I don't want to glue it on. And I could use these fasteners, but I don't really trust them very much. So another logical thing would be to just drill from the top or pocket holes from below, but I don't have a pocket hole jig, so I'm going to attach these rails here like so that I can screw in from below, and there's just enough room in here for them not to interfere with the drawer. The glue is not going to stick to this varnished surface here, so the first thing I have to do is take the varnish off. Well, it's not the best melamine covered particle board, but I want to keep this project entirely from garbage. For the front edge, I've got this other piece of wood, also from the garbage, that glues on here, and that gives me a nice front edge and hopefully a bit sturdier. Alright, edge glued on. So I just lined these up, and now I'm using the screws to center punch where the pilot holes need to go. All done. Looks almost too nice to be a piece of shop furniture. I did reinforce the drawers a little bit, and I'll make a separate video about that. And much sturdier than it was when it was new.